you recording that?
Yeah, no,
Everything's been recorded. Perfect. Okay, so I've already talked a little bit about my experience in social media, and just a little more background. I've been a social media strategist for 4 years now, I believe, 3 or 4. I have helped people build their businesses. I started with helping women build their businesses online through my company, and now I've expanded to helping other entrepreneurs through my resources online. I do coaching, I do programs, like group programs, and then I also do individual coaching. So one of my main areas that I like to focus on is personal branding, because I started working with entrepreneurs who were selling a product and they were using their product as their brand, when in reality, people don't care about what you're selling. They care about who you are and your story. They're not buying the product, they're buying you. So this is important not just for people selling products, people who are promoting services like ourselves, because someone's not going to book with you if they don't know, like, and trust you. It's the same thing as a transactional sale for getting a product. Your transaction is the service, though. So your personal brand, you already have one online, whether you know it or not. It is what people think of you when they see your name pop up on Facebook or on Instagram. You want it to be about your business, but you want to have other areas of interest you can connect with people on. So for example, yes, I sell makeup. Yes, I'm a makeup artist, but I'm also really big into body positivity, into healthy lifestyle. I'm a former professional dancer, so people know that is an aspect of my life, even though it's not something that I'm currently pursuing. I'm a newlywed, people know that. I'm also heavily involved in women's empowerment and helping women become more confident and take control of their lives. So that goes for not just business owners, but I wanted to make sure people realize I'm not just promoting business and women in business, also women who want to take control and live a more joyful life and pursue things that they are passionate about, whether that's a business or not. So you are more than just a product or service. There are things about your life and your story and your journey as an entrepreneur that people can connect with. And sometimes it's the things you don't want to talk about that people actually connect with you the most. There are 4 areas of interest, or not of interest, but types of posts that you need to be posting about. This is the formula we used at Social Media Delivered when I was working there as an intern. This is really like the secret sauce. So most people, if you think about business, they are posting conversion posts. So that's going to be a post that's like, hey, buy my service. Hey, book me. Hey, sale on my website. Hey, click here and buy this from me. You know, it's actually asking for the sale. The thing is, those are the posts you should be making the absolute least of. So we're going to get to those at the end. I'm going to talk about the first 3 areas, and then conversion is going to be at the end, because I'm sure we're already all great at promoting our service and getting people to trying to get people to buy from us. The first type of post you guys need to be posting is entertainment posts. So this is the ones where it's a funny meme, or it's something funny that happened to you at the store, or literally anything that is entertaining. Now for me, it's usually like a story about something that happened, because stories sell. Facts tell, stories sell. So if you're just repeating facts over and over, it's not getting you anywhere. But when you can tell a story that people can connect with and remember, that's when you're going to get the farthest with a client and future clients. So having entertaining posts. Now, entertainment is in the eye of the beholder. So if you notice that certain types of entertainment do better than others, it doesn't have to always be something funny. It can be something poignant. Like when I used to own a mall kiosk, I had a little boy who was working at the ice cream kiosk, his dad owned it, next to me, make me an ice cream and bring it over to me. And so my post was about random acts of kindness. And so that got really far, and people were commenting and telling their stories of when they had a random act of kindness. So that's an example of an entertainment post. The next one is interaction. This should technically, my little caveat is every post should be an interactive post, but there are posts that are purely interaction. So that would be like, hey, have you guys been to Shipley's Donuts? Which one's your favorite? You know, I'm going there and I'm going to get donuts for my business meeting. Which donuts should I get? Anything that's interactive, people love giving their opinions. People love talking about themselves. So when you can get people talking about their opinions or something in their life or their experiences, those are purely interactive posts. Now, like I said, every post should be an interactive post. So I like to teach my clients to put a question at the beginning of every single post. And it's a question you actually want them to answer. People need permission to comment on your stuff. So much of social media is just looking and scrolling. You want people to stop the scroll and actually give you their opinion or their thoughts. So lots of times you'll see people say like, I'm just to use makeup for an example, like, would you wear this look? Like, people aren't going to actually be like, yeah, girl, I would wear that look. I mean, sometimes they do, but you want to actually say like, what kind of lipstick do you wear every day? I'm curious. Or even in my live videos, I'll be like, let me know where you're from, because I always like to see where my viewers and followers are from, because it's really interesting to see how diverse it is across the US. Stuff like that, where you actually want the answer, because it gives you more insight into your audience to where they want to, or knowing what will do better and you can post more about. So if I posted a thing that was like, what kind of lipstick colors do you wear every day? And people are like, oh, I wear nudes, or like, I only wear reds, then I'm gonna add that kind of content into my schedule. Informative posts. Now this is the area like stories tell, facts sell. You do have to put some facts out there to educate your audience. So I was telling Adrian, like in the photography space, like as a bride, when I was planning my wedding, I would have loved to see things like, 5 questions to ask your photographer, the 3 must-haves on your wedding day, stuff like that. Like if you're trying to get bridal clients, putting content out there that's going to inform your audience is going to bring more clients to you, because that's the stuff people are searching on the internet. So wanting to kind of fulfill those Google searches. My favorite way to do this is actually to use Google. You can go on and see what the autocomplete is, see what the most commonly asked questions are, and answer them. And that's also going to be a great way for you to establish your expertise in the industry, because people are going to say, oh, well, Adrian knows a lot about weddings, obviously. So I'm going to want to refer my clients to him, or my friend that's getting married. Oh, I saw this photographer. He posts really good things about things brides need to look out for, or brides need to do. So that's just an example in the bridal realm. You can apply any of this to literally any industry though. So whether it's seniors, whether it's pet photography, or whether it's branding, you can really do that in any area. And then the last one, of course, the one that we all want to do the most, that's the easiest to do, is the conversion post. So that's like, book with me this week, I have an opening on Monday. That's like, I have 3 openings for brides in December. Those are the posts that are really easy to make and that people tend to overdo. Everyone I know that is a business owner or that is starting a business always says, I don't want to be salesy, I don't want to be pushy. Well, you're going to be pushy if you're only posting for benefit of your business. So my biggest tip, and the thing that I harp on the most and teach the most, is putting value out there regardless if it is going to convert to a sale for you or not. It's about the consumer. It's about making a good experience for them, teaching them what they don't know, teaching them what they should know, and that's always going to point to you in the end. So when I'm talking about makeup artists, like I said, with the email marketing, my first introduction was like, hey, it was great to meet you at the Dallas Bridal Show. If I missed you, here's my pricing. And then I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to talk about booking anymore. Everything I'm going to be sending them from here on out is educational and beneficial to them, whether they book with me or not, because you want to be giving that value to the consumer, because that's going to place you as an expert in your field and lead to conversion for you in the long run. The easy way to do it is to push the conversion, to push the sale, but in the long run, that doesn't benefit you, because it actually ends up hurting your following, because people don't want to be sold to constantly on social media. They're going to opt out of that email list, they're going to unfollow you, and the worst thing that can happen online is for someone to click unfollow, because that tells Facebook or Instagram, hey, this person's content isn't valuable, and like, I don't want to see it. So if Facebook's constantly getting that unfollow option for you, it's going to say, well, people don't like her posts, so I'm going to show them to less people. That's the mistake a lot of people make in network marketing, because they push their product all the time rather than providing value to the consumer. But in the service industry, with offering photography and videography services like that, I can't tell you how many times I've seen photographers only post like, book me, book me, book me, book me, but it's like, why? Why should I? What do I need to know about you as a human? The last thing I'll touch on is, outside of your business posts, this formula, the entertainment, interact, inform, and convert formula, it applies to everything else, just about you and your life. So, for example, not all my posts are going to be about my business, obviously. I pick 2 or 3 areas, and I tell my clients to do the same, 2 or 3 areas of interest that you love talking about. Like, I am really passionate about American Sign Language, so that's something I could talk about like all day, every freaking day, or like recycling. Like, I'm really passionate about like eco-friendly and encouraging people to be more eco-friendly and make better choices for their family and for our environment. So picking like 3 to 5 things that you love and that you could talk about like all day long. Those are the things that you want to post about. When you have your timeline like all over the place about like X, Y, and Z happened to me, and then some like weird sub tweet where you're like, well, if people, you know what I'm talking about, the people that are like dramatic on Facebook and stuff, you can't be like that when you're a business owner, because people, it just comes across wrong. And I see people with what they call it, subtweeting on Twitter, but it's like the, what's the word I'm looking for? No, it's where people post something that's like a quote that's like, yeah, throwing shade on your feed and being like, example, Adrian wanted to post something after a situation happened with a client, and I said, you're not gonna post that, because one, it looks bad to other people, it looks dramatic, and no one cares. Like, it doesn't need to be out there. I'm like, that's petty. Don't be petty, be professional. Yep. So when you look at your timeline, I should be able to know like who you are, what you're passionate about, what you do. Any like random stuff you get tagged in, even on your personal page, needs to be hidden. You don't have to untag yourself, but you can say, right. And so like example, Adrian tags me in a ton of stuff, which is great, but I don't always put it on my timeline unless it's something I'm directly involved in, because that's not my brand, you know? Like Adrian doing a senior photography session that I didn't do isn't my brand, so I'm not gonna have it on my timeline. But it's okay that I'm tagged in it, because then it helps with interaction and all that. So just being cognizant of what's showing up on your personal page and your business page is really important, especially as entrepreneurs, because people are gonna look at who's behind the camera. They're gonna look at who's behind the brand. And when they go to your personal page, you want it to look like on brand, and they need to know who you are.
So going back to the tagging thing real quick, so everyone should be tagging everyone in this meeting right now in every single post that is like a professional photo, you know, that represents at least something in our industry, where there's, you know, makeup, hair, if it involves something, even if you weren't, like Victoria said, if she wasn't a makeup artist for this particular senior session, by tagging her, it's not going to show up on her timeline. But when people are like, hey, so who are all these people being tagged? You know, someone's going to click on the others on that post and see like who else is tagged, and then it could just, you know, drive interaction that way. So everyone should be tagging everyone, but then as Victoria said, it doesn't necessarily have to be shown because it doesn't reflect your direct brand or your direct image.
And you don't want people to have to scroll past like 15 posts like your grandma tagged you in, or like a meme your mom posted. So like let it be there. If like you don't want to hurt someone's feelings, you can let it be there for a few days and then hide it from your timeline, because it's still going to show up in circulation, like, but it's not going to actually be on your timeline, which is kind of like your resume if you think about it. Like if people go to my page, like I want them to know who I am, and I don't want them to have to scroll past a bunch of like cat videos that I shared. Like please refrain from posting content that's not yours. So that's usually my best advice, because the difference between a business owner, an entrepreneur, and a consumer on social media is going to be a curated feed. So you need to be in control of what people are seeing about you. Does anyone have any questions about anything?
Help me redo my social media.
Start now.
What was I going to say? Do you find it that if you go on live a lot or videos, people get more, they react to
So
you?
Facebook and Instagram prioritize live videos over everything. So as a business, I recommend coming up with most frequently asked questions and educational content and doing those as live videos. So it could be like 3 questions or 3 things to do before your senior session. You know, 3 questions, ask your photographer. Usually people, I know I didn't even get into this, but just because I used to write blogs for a pageant website, and they always make you do the top 5 tips for X, Y, and Z, or like 5 secrets to, and it's always a number, because they want to know they're going to get like concrete things. Like if I just posted like how to hire a makeup artist, like people are going to be like, okay, that's really boring, but like top 3 must ask questions for your MUA. Like it needs to have some kind of urgency and like not volume, but specifics. So those type of posts do the best. So when you can put that into a video format, not only is it going to show your personality better and people like feel like they're building a relationship with you, Facebook's going to show it to more people, and it's great to have, because then people are scrolling and they're like, oh cool, like I can learn something, and you're giving them that value and showing them that they matter to you, even if there's not $ signs attached to them.
1 more minute. Any other questions?
Anyone? Is everyone using a Facebook page right now? Like a professional page, a like page?
Actively, no.
Well, yeah.
I have a question
one.
actually, because I'm changing my business. Can you change a page name, or do you have to start all over?
It used to be easier to do.
Can.
You can, especially if you're changing your page like legal, like if you're changing your business name.
Yes.
It's possible to do. I used to run, I was the social media director for a startup in LA for an app, and our app was called, it started as Beauty Streamer, and we changed to Glam Cam, and Facebook wouldn't let us change the name. So it just depends, but that was also because that wasn't the name of our actual business, that was the name of the app. So because the LLC, like which was live ads, hadn't changed, like the actual business name was not that, so you couldn't change it. It was under a category. So I would say don't be scared of making a new business page if you need to. Like if it's gonna be, yeah. So like that's the thing I say. Like I have 4,000 likes on my business page, so like I probably wouldn't change my name or my page, like just because I'm already established as that. But like if you have less than 1,000 likes, it's not a bad idea to just totally start fresh.
I was about to say that. So like since I'm not active on my page and I don't have just a ton of likes, should I just delete it and kind of start over and start fresh?
Well, do you have content on there already circulating?
No, not
then
really.
You could totally get away with
The
starting.
one thing that I'd do with yours though, if you're gonna create a new page, pin your post to your new page on the top.
Yes.
So the first thing that person sees when they go to Rebecca and Greg, or Greg and Rebecca, is that pinned post at the top. You want that to be the first
Yeah,
thing they
you
see.
can pin a post. So
Right.
you could say like, we've moved. It's like a
Yep.
little
small graphic.
little graphic, and then in the description say like, join us on our new page,
Yep.
tag the page, pin it to the top, and then you could even make it the banner.
Yep.
Right.
And then that way, if people go there still, if it's on any of your old business cards
know
or
where to
anything
go.
like that, people are directed. Like that's a big thing on social media, is being able to funnel someone to where you want them. And there's ways to do that through your personal profile to a business page, and then even into, I don't know if photographers do this, but having like a VIP group, that's a big thing on Facebook. Like I'm part of a VIP group for a boudoir photographer that, like, obviously because of Facebook rules isn't gonna put some of the more like scandalous pictures publicly, and probably most of her clients don't want that either. But you know, she'll post her work in this private group and offer specials, like do Q&A, like that type of stuff in there. But then she has like a professional page that she's promoting her content on. So I don't know if that's something that can even really be done for weddings, since it's kind of a one and done deal. You know, usually people aren't rehiring a wedding photographer unless it's for stuff like births and portraits. But I mean, it might be something to explore.
Maybe we could spin it into like
A community of our clients.
Yeah, because a lot of our photographers come back for newborns, families.
The biggest thing would be though not to make it a sales group. Like that's the biggest mistake people make, is like, so when I've seen the industry change so much since I started online marketing. It used to be when you started a business, you made a Facebook group and you put everyone you knew into the group and they could just leave if they didn't like it. Now groups are more for community rather than for like making a sale. So we would just have to make sure if we were gonna do something like that, it would be like, I don't know how to you would even spend that, because you know, it'd be like, oh, we want to keep up with our clients. But like what you want to do is get a group to where it's self-sufficient. So you don't want to be the only one posting in it. Yeah, so if we could do something, I don't even know how that would be possible, honestly.
We can figure that out later.
I want to step back too. She talked about going live. A lot of people don't have the time to go live or don't think they can go live. But if you record a bulk of video and set it as a premiere, right? You know, posting as premiere instead.
I never do that, but
I don't even know.
It's super smart. So Facebook pushes it as a premiere video, so it basically shows up as if it was a live video.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It doesn't show as a live video, but it lets you
That's what,
interact
that's
with
what we
them
plan
live.
on doing with
I don't know
our
how to spell premiere.
Yeah, it's
YouTube
super smart.
podcast.
Me neither.
It doesn't set it as a live video,
I know what you're talking about. I've always wondered what the purpose of that is, but it
so
makes
it's because you can
sense.
interact, right? It goes back to that interaction
Yes,
piece.
okay, I like
If you
that.
just post a video, you don't really interact, people are commenting, but if you post a
Because it's
video
already like done.
and it
It's already,
shows
like-
it, you know how the comments show as if
it's
it
like
posts?
YouTube, right? When YouTube does a premiere.
Yep, same concept.
Interesting. I need to explore that more, because I've always wondered how to, I do a lot of YouTube content and I don't want to take away from sending people to my YouTube because monetization, but I want a way to repurpose that content.
Has a lot of your YouTube video or no?
Yes, I got monetization in December, like regained it because I had it at first and then they changed the rules. So then monetization is ads. So when you see a Facebook ad, or not a Facebook ad, when you see an ad before a YouTube video or those ad breaks in a YouTube video, people are making money off of it. You can actually monetize Facebook videos now. That's my new goal. You have to have 10,000 likes on your page and like a certain number of watch time. But basically anyone that's getting an ad in their Facebook videos now, which they're so freaking annoying, I can't stand them. Right, and it's like right before something important happens, that they're making money off that. So
now like on YouTube, when that ad pops up in the middle, if I say skip ad,
It doesn't matter. You still get
it doesn't
paid.
matter? Okay.
They still got paid.
yeah.
Okay.
If an ad shows up,
And
you're
they're
getting
ones
paid.
that you can make people not skip too.
Yeah.
And you get extra for those. But like then people hate you. So it's like a balance. But
Well, you have the perk of being able to throw an ad, like a personal ad, somebody sponsors your
Right.
live video too. Like
Yes.
this video is brought to you by XYZ.
Yeah.
Once you're big enough, which she is,
but that's a personal ad.
that would be like Lange sending me a curling iron to use and saying, here's a link. And then not only do I get the free product, but then I get affiliate. Yeah, so like I get like 30% of sales or something like that.
They give you like a promo code.
Correct.
To use.
Yeah. So whenever you see people sharing a promo code, it's an affiliate link. So they're getting, and you know, you can even get that with like you could totally get that for photography and stuff like that. Like I promote my equipment and setups I use to film videos with. So like ring light. People always ask like, what do you use to film your videos? Well, I use a Canon T6i. Here's the link to it on Amazon. Almost anyone can get an Amazon affiliate link, by the way. So you can get an Amazon affiliate. Have you done that yet?
All right, 30 seconds to wrap up. Final thoughts.
Oh, no pressure. So basically, your brand is what people think about you. You want to be providing information to your consumers, whether they're a dollar sign or not. And so that makes people feel valued. By posting about things that you're passionate about, it helps people know you and like you so that they trust you with their money. So it's really important that we're promoting not just our services, but who we are as people, because that's what people really connect with. So I hope you guys learned from this, and let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you.
Round of applause.